The rematch is on, as it'll be the Powell River Kings taking on the Victoria Grizzlies for the second straight year in an Island Division final. And for a veteran-laden Powell River King lineup, this series could be as much about moving on to the third round of the BC Hockey League playoffs as it is a measure of redemption from a team who eliminated them last year in Game 7 in overtime. The story of how these two teams got here is vastly different. Powell River got by the Nanaimo Clippers in 6 games, using a pair of road wins before clinching at home in Game 6. For the Victoria Grizzlies, they fell behind 3-0 to the Alberni Valley Bulldogs in back-to-back overtime contests before roaring back in the series and claiming it in 7 games. Through 8 games in this regular season series, it's had one constant, and that's been a high-octane offense. The two teams combined for 71 goals through 8 games. That's almost 9 per game. Now, the Kings led 36-35, but it did mean that goaltending suffered in the season series, one that the Grizzlies claimed by a 5-3 score. Game 1 was opening night of the 2017-18 regular season. Anticipation high for a team that returned 2/3 of their roster from the previous season, and fans didn't have to wait too long for the year's first goal.
Through the middle for Barad. Kings 3-on-2 down the left side. Barad drops long, wrist scores! Jack Long has the Kings' first goal this season.
The game belonged to Powell River as 8 different players scored en route to an 8-2 victory. Mitch Adamick got the win in net. It was the opening night Kings fans dreamed of as the team was away in a new season. Game 2 was the very next night, the second leg of a doubleheader. Friday's explosive offense gave way to a more defensive game and the lowest scoring one of the series. Ben Raffler scored late in the first to tie the game at 1.
Ben Barad steps up, delivers to the blue line. Long drive, they score! Ben Raffler! Ben Raffler from more or less an identical point on the ice where Jack Long scored last night. He has his first goal of the season.
The game stayed tied at 1 until overtime, where the Grizzlies got the game winner off the stick of Ethan Nuther early in the second extra session as the two teams split a season-opening doubleheader in Powell River. It'd be 2 months before the teams would meet again down in Victoria on Remembrance Day. A great road period for the Kings to start the contest, getting out to a 2-1 lead.
Stevens dangles his way in to the left corner, hard into the boards from Finson, backhanded towards the goal by Turnbull, pops out far side, Szymanski off a Grizzly stick, bounces over another, and it's controlled by Rawnsley. Rawnsley drops for Szymanski, heads off for a change. Szymanski, he scores, rips it from a tight angle just above the bottom of the circle. Neil Szymanski, a snipe upstairs, his second of the season. The power play, it clicks, check off another key to the game, and the Kings lead 1-0 as Stevens gathers a right wall, gives to Buono at the blue line for Stevens. A late goal here in this period to be great, and there it is. Carter Turnbull teed up by Andy Stevens, and from the top of the circle, bullets one up top on Rose. It was that good, and the Kings a 2-1 lead.
A horror second for the Kings saw the Grizzlies pile on 5 goals to lead 6-3 through 40, but the Kings weren't done. Slowly chipping away at the lead, first through Andy Stevens in the opening minute of the third, then the first BCHL goal to Kings affiliate defenseman Alex Secunda.
13:50 remaining here in this third period. The Kings trail 6-4 in Victoria. They got the lone goal of the third period right now. Observe in front, Secunda, he scores! The first BCHL goal for Alex Secunda.
Too little, too late as the Kings fell 7-6 in Victoria. Now, the next 2 games of the season series were a little less than a week later back here in Powell River as the Kings and the Grizzlies locked up for games 4 and 5 of their season series. Tied at 2 through 40, Cal Kawamura got the eventual game winner in the third.
Buono and Volpe as Obsuth on his knees will fire to net. Rebound, Kawamura shot paddled away through the paint. Parkinson unorthodox, but keeping it out. Then Volpe fires off the end glass. In front, Kawamura scores! Just one single solitary second left on the power play clock. The Kings score on back-to-back man advantages. Kyle Kawamura has his 6th of the season.
Andy Stevens and Johnny Evans scored late to seal the 5-2 victory. Now the very next night, another reversal of fortunes with heartbeat-like offense from Victoria. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the third paced the Grizzlies to a 6-3 win, and again splitting the weekend with the Kings. The fourth and final game in November came up on the 28th down in Victoria, and it bore many similarities to the Kings' last visit to the Q Centre, only the script was flipped to favour the Powell River Kings. Out 2-1 through 20 minutes worth of play, courtesy Trent Bell and Kevin Obsuth, Powell River scoring a pair short-handed in the second.
Dumps the puck in behind the net. Raffler rims around the wall far side. Rawnsley through the middle. Good pass hits Turnbull. One-on-one short-handed. Turnbull against Vincent. Turnbull drives wide to the net. He scores! Carter Turnbull goes bar down end to end. A shotty, and the Kings double the lead. It is 3-1. Centering feet, good stick. Kimball ran it well, and now the Kings are away. A 2-on-1 chance, short-handed. Kawamura right side has Kimball, draws him in. Centers Kimball, what a move! He scores! Ethan Kimball gets a beautiful pass from Kyle Kawamura, who drew Carter Berger in with him.
The Kings would run away 7-3 winners, Mitch Adamick getting the win in net, stopping 39 Victoria shots. Now the final 2 games of the season series would also be in Victoria and would bring little joy to a Kings team down the stretch. December 10th's game at the Q Centre saw the Kings put up 4 in a losing cause, 7-4 to the Grizzlies. Down 6-2 in the third, the Kings began a rally with a couple of quick goals.
Rouser in the corner, spinning, firing to net, high slot, Volpe, side of the goal, Rouser, he scores! Kings come straight back. Callum Volpe from the high slot fires on net. A big rebound to the side of the goal, and it's a big goal for the Kings captain. Kings draw it back within 3. Rouser's 9th of the season. It's 6-3. As Obsuth Williams has been all around chances on net here today. Just hasn't had that puck luck as Obsuth front of the goal backhand. They score! Kevin Obsuth. Some creative play in front of the net. Williams has had some great chances. Shielded the puck high in the slot. Creative pass to Szymanski down low, and the Kings through Obsuth do the work around the goal. Kevin Obsuth, 2nd of the weekend, and it's a big one here. It draws the Kings back within a pair.
Game 8 of the season series came on January 14th, 4 days after the final roster deadline in Junior A hockey, both teams making tweaks in lieu of blockbuster changes. Carter Turnbull and Mitch Williams scored in the game, one that the Kings lost 6-2.
Szymanski following up as well. Kings in across the line, left side. Williams fires and scores! A heavy shot from Mitch Williams. 2 goals in as many games, and the Kings, with time left, 11 minutes remaining, claw it back, and it is 5-2. Mitch Williams, his 8th of the season, just carrying in across the line and firing one in the slot area between the top of the circles, goes glove side on Chapman.
The Kings finished the season series with a 3-4 0-1 record against the Grizzlies, outscoring them 36-35. With that high-octane offense, special teams benefited as the Kings went 32.35% on the power play, while the Grizzlies were at 24.14, both numbers well ahead of their season averages. Don't expect a short series either. Of the previous 4 playoff matchups between these two teams, 2 of them have gone the distance, while the other 2 have been won in 6 games. On the line, a spot in the 3rd round of the BC Hockey League playoffs against the winner of the Mainland Division final series between the Surrey Eagles and the Prince George Spruce Kings. And as we said off the top, for the Powell River Kings, also on the line, a small measure of redemption from a team who ended their season a number of weeks early last year.